welcome back to the channel. You're watching An Idiot Outdoors. Sadly, we won't be featuring the outside-in because this is not an actual me going out camping video. It is in fact a new tent video. My cat's coming to see what I'm doing. She's very nosy. What are you doing? Do you want to be in the video? Cats can't talk, can they? Silly me. Anyway, first of all, don't you dare start clawing my new tent, madam. No, no you don't. Come on, I'm doing a video here. Right, seems you want to be in the video. Okay, no you don't. Right, I think we'll try again. Yeah, I'm not out camping, I'm actually in my back garden. I mean, I've gone to a little bit of effort. I've put the camo net up. Back to it. New tent. First of all, obviously, wait a minute. The obligatory chair. Well, that's not a chair, is it? That is a bucket, because I, for one, cannot be bothered to get the chair out just for a little video. As always, you've got to start the video having a tinny. So, cheers, guys. Yorkshire's finest. Oh, a little hot. I'll come back to that in a minute. And of course you're going to want a temperature check, obviously. Here we go. I weren't digging my little thermometer out my bag, so I've pulled the garden thermometer down. 12 degrees. Anyway, right, what's made me do this video? I've been wanting an upgrade tent for a very long time, and I had the Fox 2. Now, seeing it up, I'd never ever got the Fox 2 out of the bag since I had it. I think it was just that it was on sale. I had a voucher. I bought it while it was on sale. It lived in my boot ever since. I gave my other tent, my blue Adventure Ridge one, to some homeless people. Or should I say an homeless guy? I don't know whether they was bunking in it to get, I don't know. That's up to them. But that left me down to one tent. And I like to have more than one tent. Not because I need to have hundreds of tents because I'm a YouTuber now. It's mainly because if I ever want to go out with somebody who haven't got a tent, I can lend them a tent. They can come along with me. You know, it's no issue. I'm not having somebody bunking a tent with me. No, the only people I let in my tent is obviously my daughter if she comes camping. I mean, that's fine. There's no point setting two tents up for that. And obviously the other two girls, if you know they ever come, they can, you know, apart from me snoring, they don't like it. But anyway, right, the Hyena has been an absolute workhorse, and if you follow the channel from the beginning, you will know that I adore that. And for stealth camping and all the kind of camping that I do, phenomenal. I have also done a little project on it. I'll show you that in a moment, but it was a choice of two tents for me. I wrote it down because I've got a very bad memory. And would you believe it's going to rain? It's trying to rain, I can feel it. Right, for me, I narrowed down my next tent that I wanted. It had to be, for me, a tunnel tent. I just love tunnel tents, so if it's bad weather, I can sit up, I can cook in the vestibule. Not recommended, you know how it is. I'm always setting fire to the ground sheet. We're not going to talk about that right now. If you follow the channel long enough, I've had a few fires in the tent. But my choice was narrowed down, and this was really difficult. Really difficult. It took me months and months, you know. It was the Van Gogh Nova, or anywhere else it's the Scaffold 200. I think it's exclusive to Go Outdoors that is called the Nova, versus the OEX Jackal 2. Now, if I was better at doing the camera, you probably had a little sneak peek at, you know, you probably sort of caught already what I've got. But anyway, carrying on. The Van Gogh Nova boasts a 3000mm hydrostatic head. Now, tents used to be 2000. That was, you know, a good hydrostatic head. That weren't letting any water in. But as time's gone on, it just seems to be like, you know, like cars. The more they just keep buffing it up. My Backpacker 2 Deluxe that I had before, the Hyena 2, that was 2000 hydrostatic head. That weren't going to let in any water. So that going against the OEX Jackal 2 at 5000, so I've got an extra 2000mm hydrostatic head. As I say, it's not going to come through the fabric unless you abuse the fabric, or there's a hole in the fabric, or should I say temp material. It's going to be at the seams, it's going to leak. You know, put a bin bag over you in the rain, what's going to happen? It's going to run off. Right, they both have the cathedral arch pole, which is what I loved about the Hyena 2. Just gives you that sturdiness, it gives you that extra bit of height rather than that being a round tunnel design. It actually Gothic arch, cathedral, whatever you want to call it. Both got alloy poles. Both have excellent airflow. I was a bit mistaken when I talked about it before. When I looked further into it, I realised how the airflow was integrated into the inner. So my bad for that, not doing my research properly. So at the moment, head to head, it's a difficult choice. There's two things that cause me to choose the tent that I've chosen: colour and size. The OEX Jackal 2 is more of a colour that I like when I'm out camping. Even when I'm wild camping, it's still nice to blend into the background. The Jackal 2 is more of an olive green, whereas the Van Gogh Nova / Scaffold was more of a brighter green, so it stood out a bit more. I think you can see where this is going there, can't you? And size. It was down to size and colour. The Jackal is just that little bit too big for stealth camping, in my opinion. So the Hyena is going to be my workhorse. It's going to be my go-to every week when I'm doing a stealth camp. When I'm going out there doing a wild camp with the lads or doing some woodland camping, I'm going to take the Jackal. But for stealthing it, the trusty steed of a workhorse, the Hyena 2. Also, I did have the what's it called? The band in the poles. Through wear and tear, it's finally gave up. So I've ended up replacing the, I can't think what it's called. Something cord. The cord in the that obviously pulls all the poles together, stops them falling apart. But yeah. So I've had to replace one of them on the Hyena. I did that earlier. I did a little video on that. Picked up the cord kit. Cost me about £4 from Go Outdoors. If you really want to, you can buy a big spool of it on Amazon for about £17. You'll get a lot more for your money, but you know, I only needed to do a little repair. I was in Go Outdoors, so anyway, back to it. I'm just going to tell you, the winner, Hyena 2, by that much. It was the colour. It was the colour that won me over. And I just love the OEX products. But the Van Gogh was right, and I've been umming and ahhing for a long time. So what I have done is I'll show you. I have set them up side by side in the garden so I can have an idea of exactly how much bigger, and straight away also a bit of privacy for the neighbours. I didn't want, you know, them being filmed. I can see the top windows, but anyway, you can see straight away the width difference. That's a lot more narrower. So for stealth camping, that's going to win every time. Right, little project I was on about. Oh, by the way, sorry, you know, this is so ad hoc, I know. Right, straight away, the only thing that I've never been a massive fan of, but it wasn't enough to put me off the hyena, was the windows. Today, a little project while I was repairing the pole elastic, whatever you call it, it'll come to me after I've done the video. I've blacked out the windows. And I've done it so they sort of match this here. Right, just open it up. I'm gonna need another hand, I think. Hold on. Just put the camera down a second. Right, so from the inside, blacked out. Blacked out. And there's a bird just plopped on the back of my tent, which I'm gonna have to clean off. Yeah, I haven't bothered putting the inners in. I don't need the inners in to see what size it is. I just wanted to have a look what it was like on the outside. But yeah, I'm not going to be buying any more tents. I'm not one of these who want 1,000 tents. I just wanted a good couple of tents. Yeah, cheers. For all the food and care that I give them, they pay me back by plopping on my tent. Oh well. Bird bath. Another little bird bath. The bucket. Before I conclude this, I do want to say a personal thank you to Jason Alvin. Thank you for the support. Thank you for the coffees that you bought me last night, was it? And the kind words. I'm glad you've got some inspiration from what I do and you're getting out there. It makes me feel warm here that, you know, people are watching this and it's giving them the that inspiration to get out there and do it when they've thought about it and they haven't quite gone, you know, and then they watch this and I find out they've gone and done it and then they tell me they've done it. Wicked. Anyway, I'll catch you on the next one. Enjoy your weekend.